Welcome to my channel. My name's Carl. I'm a Bob Ross certified painting instructor. I thought today we'd do a nice winter scene with a cabin. So let's go up to the canvas. So I have a 16 by 20 canvas. I covered it with a very thin coat of liquid white, and we're gonna get started with our sky. So I'm gonna go into a very little bit of yellow ochre. We'll have kind of a slightly warmer sky and a hint, like a little bit of the midnight black, just to dull it down. And I'm just gonna do X strokes. And we have liquid white on there. So again, the more I work this, the softer it'll get. And I want this to be kind of soft. And maybe we'll have it come down, bristle there. And maybe we'll darken it a little bit on the edges. So I'm just doing X strokes. Again, if you haven't painted before, this is a fantastic technique to learn how to paint. Just scrubbing in some of the yellow ochre there. And I'm going to add the faintest amount, like tiny bit of the black with a little bit of Prussian blue in the corners, just to darken it a little bit. Yeah, I like that. And we'll do a nice cabin today. And again, usually the corners of your paintings are a little darker, helps draw your eye to the center. Just scrubbing in paint. But I do want this sky to be on the lighter side. And that liquid white allows us to do this, to move and blend, soften. And I'm going to take the same brush, maybe a little bit more of the yellow ochre, a little bit more of the black. I want this to still be pretty light. And maybe we have some distant trees. And I'm just kind of going on the side of my brush. Just distant things happening. Reload. These are so far away. We'll make sure these stay pretty soft. Maybe they're distant trees. There. Maybe just indications. That's all we're looking for. And I'm just going to work them out a little bit, just to soften them a tiny bit. I might be sliding a bit. There. Maybe we have just some distant. Yeah, just like that. I'm just tapping. Maybe some just distant bushes. Again, we're not looking for a lot of detail here. Maybe something about like that. And I'm going to take another 1-inch brush, and I'm going to go into a little bit of the titanium white. Maybe you pull some shadows, create the illusion of some snow. There. And we'll work in layers. Way back in the distance. And I think we're going to mix up a tree color. So we'll have a little of that midnight black, yellow ochre, maybe a little Prussian blue. And I want these to be in the distance. So we're going to add a little white to it. Loading both sides. You do need lots of paint, lots of paint. And maybe right there, corner of the brush. We have a, oh, look at that, just the happy evergreen tree just lives right in the fan brush. And maybe we'll have a few layers. So maybe we'll do something like that. Maybe we'll just have some grasses. Maybe right there. Now look at the difference. Corner of the brush. And then as I go lower, I'm branching out a little bit more. And we can actually go over this one. That'll soften it just a little bit. There. Let's do another tree. So both sides. Yeah, maybe we have a tree right there. This tree has a friend. There. Maybe it goes down to about. And look at those background trees. Just add some extra depth, and then maybe we'll just put some indications of some bushes and things. There. And I'm going to go back to my 1-inch brush. And let's kind of bring some of this through here. Maybe we have more shape in it, just like that. And don't be afraid to pull some of the bushes and things. There. Snow comes forward right to there. Reloading. Now look at that. See that little dark area here? You can really move and slide, pull the paint, and it just creates the illusion of shadows. And you can add that depth to your picture. There. All right, and let's move forward here. So we're going to go back. Let's add a little bit more black to that mixture. Maybe a hint of the Prussian blue. Just mixing it up. So loading the fan brush again. Maybe over here we have another evergreen tree. Corner of the brush. Just adding maybe a touch more black. And this will come right in front. Maybe we'll have a few layers here. There. There's our evergreen tree there. Maybe over here we'll have another one. I'm going to bring in a little bit more black. Corner of the brush. And we'll bring this tree in front. And that should push that back just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And look at that depth. Just a slight variation in tone really makes a difference. And maybe, oh yeah, maybe this one. Kind of tilted a bit. Leave a little bit of space at the top. And then more pressure as you go down. There. Maybe it just goes right off the canvas. And again, maybe we'll have some bushes out here. And maybe we have another big tree. A lot of paint. Oh, we shape that a little bit. Corner of the brush. And then more pressure, and then branch out a little bit more as you go down. There. Maybe this comes right there. And let's do a little shaping with the snow. So I'm going to go back to the 1-inch brush. And then be very careful, maybe, yeah, just like that. Maybe this grabs a little bit, maybe back up in here. Just creating the lay of the land. And you can run through the forest. Maybe you need snowshoes. Maybe this pulls right there. But think of the shape of the land. Maybe we have more snow here. Now I pulled a lot of that bush, but we can go back and we can add the bush back in and we'll still have the nice shadows. There, maybe we have some nice bright snow there. All right, I think we need to put in a little bit of a cabin. I'm going to first, before I do that, I'm going to mix up a little bit of black. I'm going to go into that tree mixture and a little bit of the Van Dyke brown. And we're just going to, as we move forward here, put the indication of just a few little distant bushes. Maybe they live right next to the cabin. So maybe we're going to have the cabin right here. So maybe right here. There. And we'll put a cabin there, and then maybe these bushes come out right next to it. A little bit of white. There. Just kind of blending the base of these. We probably won't see back here, but maybe this front part we'll see. The big test, we're going to put in a cabin. So maybe our cabin, maybe it lives right there. And right now I'm just scraping a lot of the paint away. Maybe we'll have a nice sized cabin. Just removing a lot of paint. And we'll have more trees over here, so this probably won't be seen quite as much. And we're just going to go into some Van Dyke brown. So a little roll of paint. And we're just going to start shaping our cabin. And we want to think about perspective. And we'll go back through with some highlights and stuff. There. Maybe this is just a nice, relaxing place in the winter time. Maybe there's the peak or the overhang. Take your time on this, you know? Think of the shape of a cabin, the angles, light pressure. There. And we'll put some, maybe on this side here. And don't worry about the bottom because we'll do a little work on that. Maybe over here we have, there's the back edge. Again, we probably won't see much of this back here. We got to make a big decision. Kind of the shape of our cabin. Maybe it comes down like this. Comes back there. There, now we kind of shaped our cabin. I'm going to take a little bit of titanium white and dark sienna, a little bit of the Van Dyke brown. I'm going to mix up kind of a fairly bright mixture, light pressure. Just graze the front of the cabin. Maybe the light's singing. Look at that. And it looks like boards. Maybe right here, just like that. Look at the textures. I'd like to go to this cabin, and then we'll go back through and just give it a little shape. And let's give it a roof there. So a little bit of white, a little roll of paint. Again, very light pressure. Let it grab, light pressure. And again, on this side, we're not going to have a whole bunch. Sometimes you can move the knife this way. We'll have a tree back here. Put in a door, maybe right there. There's a door. And we'll take a little bit of the black, maybe a little bit of the brown. I'm just using the small part of the knife. Just put a door in. And then maybe right above the door, maybe there's a ledge and there's some snow on it. Just piled up on top of the door. There, I think I'm going to leave that side in shadow. Maybe put a little bit of blue, little brown, ever so slight bit of white. And we'll just throw some indications on here. Just a little bit. There. Let's take a little bit of our white and watch. We're just going to just pull. There. Maybe there's some dirt right around the cabin. All right, I'm going to mix up. I'm going to grab a little bit more black, go into our tree mixture. I want this to be quite dark. And I'm going to go into a little bit of the liquid clear. And we are going to go over this side of the cabin, so I might have to add more liquid clear. And let's go with a big tree. And maybe this is kind of already started to a big tree. So now we're just continuing. A lot of paint. This a towering tree overlooking the cabin, overlooking this beautiful area. I'm reloading. Now remember, I'm going to go into this cabin space, so I'm going to have to thin the paint down a little bit. So a lot of paint, a little bit of liquid clear, and just, do you see how it goes over easier? Yeah, and then maybe just right down in there. Just a big tree. A little bit more. I'm using lots of paint. There. Just make sure this goes off the canvas. There there's a big tree. And then maybe right down in here, just some little bushes and things. Maybe it comes down to there. And while we're at it, maybe we have just a little bit over here too. And we'll start shaping the lay of the land. There, maybe we got some shadows over here. Gets that white paint on there and just really blend. There. Again, pulling the base of the bushes really, maybe we'll do this. We'll soften that one out, and then we'll add some more back in. There. A little bit more white. There. Oh, I kind of like that. There. And then let's add just a few more, maybe a few more right there. Just using the fan brush, pushing upward. Yeah. Kind of working in layers. And then a little bit more of the paint, pull it. There. Liquid white. And just add a few little highlights. Not much. Mostly on the darker side. There, just some. Maybe some of them are just got a little ice on them. There, just like that. A little tree branch. So maybe we'll go into a little bit of, maybe we have just a little. I'm going to darken it just a touch. Make sure this is very thin paint. Yeah, maybe we have. And just shake, when you move and shake, creates the illusion of the different branches. And you're going to reload a lot, since it is so thin. Just going to go back in and just add a few more details. A little bit of liquid white, just some indications. Maybe there's some snow. And you can spend so much time on this. Add as many details as you'd like. We'll go ahead and sign this. I hope you enjoyed this wintry cabin scene. Please like and subscribe, it really helps my channel out. Check out my website at carlvonartistry.com. Happy painting, see you next time.